Yes. Hey, everybody. This is your girl Creole, Butterfly Libra, Butterfly Coco 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast. How the horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just really depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy quinceañera, happy bar mitzvah to Lottie Dottie and every darn body under the sound of my voice. You know I'm the Oprah of the what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, you get a smooch, everybody gets a smooch. All right. Hey Larry. Hey, I was scared to just mention you. Today is one of my subbies' birthday, y'all. He is Mr. Larry. What's going on? I hope you enjoy your day today. So yeah, we have another Libra, okay? Okay. Don't hate just cause you ain't one. Okay, don't hate me because you ain't me. You understand? So no, but don't work too hard, Larry. I hope you enjoy your day. All right, y'all. All right. I am wore out, y'all. If y'all can't tell. One, I'm still battling this sinus infection. And I just took one of my herbs, and believe it or not, it relaxes you. So now I'm not only fighting my sinus infection, but I'm relaxing as well. Okay. Um, okay, I'll save that for last. Let's get started because I actually have somewhere to be today. I have two places to be actually, and I'm not even dressed. I haven't did anything this morning except ate some breakfast, talked to my oldest son about some things, waiting to hear about one of my nieces that's in the hospital and everything, and drunk a cup and a half of coffee. So that's all we've done today. I got a big day tomorrow. For those of you all who know, tomorrow is my granddaddy's 64th preaching year anniversary, which is a big accomplishment. Yes, he is the one that marched with Martin Luther King and worked side by side with him. He's also in encyclopedia books, things like that. If you still have an encyclopedia, I don't know what they do now. But anyway, and I'm proud to say that is my legacy, okay? Um, let's get started. If you did not know, I actually put it in the description of this video. Last night, Sir James and somebody I know call him Sir Saint Shady. That's what they call him. So his name is Saint James. But he has been building a connection with the first family of prophecy, okay, which is AKA Jordan, Benard Jordan, and his son Manasseh. Now, if you've been living under a rock and not in the YouTube world, you wouldn't know what's going on. So let me try to help you out, okay? So there is a content creator on YouTube called Larry Reid, all right? Larry Reid is very known for how he built his platforms back in the day, all right? To where the exposure of church business, ministers, things of that nature. So he built a reputation, all right? However, uh, Bishop Benard Jordan, I'm trying to keep, because I don't have an issue with them. I just try to honor people in their prospective places, okay? So Bishop Benard Jordan became Larry Reid's mentor. And for the most part, he had helped edify his game, all right? And things of that nature. So imagine some of our surprise when we start seeing Larry do commentary and Bishop Jordan not actually coming on the platform like normal. Okay, so all of that got exposed. Okay, so Larry said that when was in Ghana or something like that, he was visiting the slave quarters and stuff. That I think he said Spirit told him, because I was in there and I remember him saying this, but don't go look for it yourself. The Spirit told him that he needed to back up off of Bishop Jordan, and things of that nature. So he said he did. Also, and then it came out that it was something about who Bishop Jordan actually voted for, if he actually voted for Trump. Okay, so it's those were simultaneously uh, what he said, the reason why he actually backed up off for Bishop Jordan. However, since then, it's been some more things to come out. Okay. So yesterday, this is following Larry Reid doing a members only where he was exposing some stuff that he said was true. Okay. Uh, and I'm only going to mention this because it's already out. Okay. One of the things he said in his private thing that has been leaked, so that's the only reason why I'm talking about it, is that him and the son that's well known, Prophet Manasseh, I think he is so fine, but that's a whole nother story, that they exchanged pictures. And you can think in your own mind what the pictures were, okay? And that Manasseh revealed that he was quote unquote a gay man. Okay. I don't know if it's true, but I'm just repeating what was told. Okay. Another thing is that some money had exchange was supposed to be in one amount. He only received a certain amount from him suing. Larry was supposed to receive a certain amount of money and he only received a small amount of money. Hey, Cruiser, smooches. And hey, y'all got to go over to Cruiser Land, okay? Find Miss Cruiser, go over and look at her. She be on it, okay? Um, so supposedly Manasseh was going to give him 300,000. He only gave him 30,000 or something like that, and this was supposed to be money once he received it from a lawsuit that he had against Bishop T.D. Jakes. Y'all, this the still waters run deep. You feel me? This is really, 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 really. It's sad for one because we got the people of God that, hey, Kim B. Boo. Well, it was pics. Right. Okay. Okay. Let me share that real quick. There you go. Right, Miss Cruiser. Um, so it's sad because if the people of God are arguing like this, first we had Tiffany Montgomery and your girl Celestial and somebody else, and then we had Tiffany Montgomery and some other man that's a pastor, a minister, and now we got the Jordans and Larry Reid and the things of the things. Okay, it's like okay. I understand why people that don't go to church are unsafe people like what's the sense of me going if all this is going on? But you actually have to look past that. You don't care if one Walmart is ghetto and the other one ain't, you still gonna find a Walmart if you want to sell. So when it comes to going to church, it's like a bad perm. If it don't take, find another one. You don't just not go. But that's a whole nother story. Let me get back to what I'm talking about. Um, I don't. It's according to who you believe. It's according to who you believe. Okay, because some people they've heard this story and they believe it's got to be more to the story than what the Jordans is saying. Okay, I was watching last night. Mama Jordan, Bishop Jordan's wife. I like her. I was watching her expressions last night and I was watching her have decorum. She was trying her best to talk in a way without slanging what she knows to be like what would expose a lot of things with Larry Reid. She tried her best to stay even keel. And I appreciate that. Manasseh, he got that fire in him. Y'all might think he's Michael Jackson, which from what I heard, Michael Jackson could fight. He might be soft on one hand, but he had a fight game about him. So, I'm looking at Manasseh and like he said, I can say things about my daddy. That's how I feel. I can say things about my mama. You can't. And that's what Manasseh said last night. He said he crossed the line. That's my daddy. I can say things about my daddy, but you can't. I get that. And if you don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. Our conversation about my mama will never be the same. Tread lightly. And if I come to you just venting like, you know what, that woman gets on my nerves, you can't say, you know what, your mama, I can't stand her. She go, excuse me, school me. Nuh-uh, baby, this ain't the type of party. Okay. So if you don't remember Jordan, Bishop Jordan is what they call him, the Black Prophet the master prophet, because his legacy is him prophesying to to ministers and bishops and things like that. He used to be under minister Pastor Ike. I've seen video clips of Pastor Ike, but I don't remember him. I think that was way before my time. I do believe they still have some videos out there. So if you're interested, you can go and find out who Pastor Ike is. But supposedly, y'all, the whole thing of the nutshell is that Larry is holding on to some stuff that would expose or blow up the Jordan's lifestyle or whatever. This is what I'm getting from what he said. He's like, just leave me alone. I don't want to say this, that, and the other, but I will. And the Jordans is like, we ain't did nothing under board. So say what you got to say. Because Bishop Jordan said, you're not going to make me shut up. I never get quiet while you're trying to attack me. That's basically what he's saying. I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, if you think I'm going to get quiet, I'm not. Every time you say something, I'm going to say something. And so the argument is, when the Jordans found Larry out, when they came together or whatever, was Larry living on the floor? Now, Larry said he chose to live on the floor because he was building his ministry and was something else. The Jordans is saying, no, that ain't why he was living on the floor. Okay. Manasseh said last night that Larry doesn't have a financial mindset, and that he named 4 or 5 different things to Larry to help him build his financial portfolio, to become, wealthy and, to sustain himself and all this and stuff. And right now he's needing money, that he was borrowing money. And the only reason why Manasseh didn't give him whatever he felt like he needed was for the simple fact that he didn't have a plan on how he was going to grow it. Not pay it back, how he was going to grow it. Why give you money, you in a hole, and you don't know how you're going to get out of a hole? That's basically how I got that. So y'all, it just really, hey man, it just really depends on who you like, who you believe. Forget like, who you think is more trustworthy. If you're going to be on the Jordan side, if you're going to be on Larry Reid side, or do you think it's a little of both? Okay. They even mentioned, what is his name? William McCray. Okay. If you don't know who he is, Lord have mercy, Google him. Go on YouTube and just type in William McCray. Okay. And it'll pop up. They mentioned him. And Jordan, Bishop Jordan last night kept naming, the vloggers. He wouldn't say specific bloggers' names. I don't know where else he had interviewed, but evidently he had interviewed with another vlogger or something. And I don't know if it didn't go well, if they didn't believe him or whatever. I'm going to say this. I don't know if Bishop Benard ever heard this, but I will say this. You really have to watch. I understand you're trying to clear your name and keep your name good, as well as your family's legacy. I get that. I understand that. You're a man. Do man things, okay? Even the Bible said in business be men, okay? But I will say this. You actually have to watch whose platform you go on, per se, because not all platforms are equal. A lot of people are snakes that's hidden. They only want juice. They don't care if you're telling the truth. They don't care nothing about that. It's a way to come up. It's a way to get their name out there. So you really have to use discernment, and you really have to think about where you want to land. That's it in a nutshell. Like I said, his wife, Deborah, I just, I took a real good liking to her last night, and it was certain things she was hearing. You can tell her reaction wasn't fake. You know what I'm saying? If you got any type of do right in you, and if you got any type of, my grandmother said, sauce, okay, at discernment, you can tell when the truth is being said and everything. And watching her when some things were said, especially about her sons, or her, you can tell she looked like, like, and we were watching her expression. I wasn't the only one. People was like, Mama ain't happy about it, and she's still trying to keep that, But honey, Manasseh like kind of told y'all, yeah, I prophesy accurately, and I ain't gonna take it from him. That man is bad in that prophecy, okay? He's a very astute businessman as well. Okay. But he kind of told y'all, don't play with my family. Don't play don't play with my family. And I don't play about my parents. So you might want to stop it. So I'm, thank you, Van Boo. What's up, D Ham? Good morning. I don't know if he is or not. One day he say he is, one day he say he ain't. I just think I think I don't know. I don't want to make no label on him. All I know is he's a man, okay? He's a man. That's all I know. What his preference is behind closed doors, I have no knowledge, okay? Um yeah, Manasseh is the baby boy of Bishop Benard Johnson. Manasseh is and everything. And they have actually built a legacy, y'all. They have, and I understand Bishop coming to protect the legacy that they built. I get that. I get that. You can't, you know. Let me tell you something. Real men are gonna protect their family. They just are. It's like I don't care how y'all feel or whatever, but you're not gonna tear up my family. I'm telling you, you know, they just are. So I just wanted to come and touch bases on that. It's gonna go down, y'all. It's gonna go down like good gas gone up. It's just gonna depend on who you believe. Okay. It's gonna be Larry's side, it's gonna be the Jordan side, and then it's gonna be the truth. You always have three sides to things. Their side, the other side, the truth. And somewhere along the line, the truth is in there somewhere. Okay. But if you keep scratching us, if you keep looking for a smell, you know how you smell something, you keep scratching, eventually you're going to find it. And I just really see this becoming worse. If it ever gets better, I see this becoming worse because you have two sides and both of them are determined they're going to keep talking. Both. But I'm looking at this, and what I'm looking at is the fact that it's like one party really never liked the other party. And I ain't gonna say which party because I don't want to influence nobody. Y'all just take a look at it. One party, it seems like, really didn't like the other party. Now, uh Saint Shady, as JB calls Saint James, last night he was all open, baby. St. James was like, Manasseh, it's told that you don't like your father and you're trying to I mean, the way that I don't know how and why. I heard the history from both parties, from St. James and Larry Reid, how they bumped heads with each other. I say it like that. But I thought there was a agreement of the minds when Conscious TV, if you don't know who he is, he's a content creator as well. When Conscious TV had them both to come on a platform together, it was St. James, Conscious TV, and Larry Reid. Okay, so I thought it was agreement of the mind, but evidently I was wrong because evidently some more stuff didn't happen. Okay, to make St. James and Larry Reid not see eye to eye, not even wave at each other. Um, yeah, people were saying that they thought Larry Reid was jealous of the relationship that Manasseh has with Benard, his father. Okay, um, I don't know. You just have to look at that and see. People think that Larry Reid is really have lost whatever connected him with God. They feel like he's lost it because he doesn't say the Holy Spirit, he says spirit, and he's into the ancestors and all of that now. Like he went from who was this texting me? He went from, Jesus and blah 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 to more of the ancestors said, I'll, contact the ancestors and blah blah blah. So again, it's gonna come down, y'all, to who you believe. It really is. It's gonna come down to who you believe, who's more credible. Like I said, I just see this thing blowing up. Let me see. Well, even though one was Reverend runs into his mentors. Well, yeah, I said that. Uh-huh. I've heard you that brings things you can do for the poor is not be one of them. I mean, if that was his philosophy, let me tell you, I don't knock whatever Reverend Ike did. I don't know the man, and I'm not gonna put my mouth on the dead like that. Um, Evidently, it was a principle he taught, and there was those who believed in the principle, and evidently, that principle worked for them. You understand what I'm saying? That principle worked for them. Then stop retracting what you post. Okay, so I don't know. I won't talk about that because if you get a principle that works for you, you know how they always say, don't try to recreate the wheel. Like the wheel is here for a reason. Don't try to recreate the wheel. So I don't know. I don't know. There is a whole gospel that is the money God, not prosperity gospel. There you go. A whole lot of the mega preachers actually uh, preached on the prosperity gospel. Okay. So yeah. Excuse me, I am just waking up, but what's going on with your profile pic? What? You talking about the feet up there in a man's lap? It's been like that for a minute, DM. You just now seeing that? You are just now seeing it. You crazy. Hey! Uh-huh. It could be us, but moving forward. So yeah, y'all. Just check it out. I actually added St. James's live from last night in my let's talk or let's chat. So you can actually click on it and copy and go look at it. Give him a click and a view. Right now, St. James on that video alone, he's almost at 25,000 views. Okay, I want to say something about that as well, y'all. Y'all know I always tell y'all when you're a minister, and y'all know I am. I'm used to ministering to one of none, to one of thousands. Some days, if I got a minister, I show up, it might be 500 people I'm preaching to. Sometimes it's 50, sometimes it's, 10, sometimes it's 5. It just depends. I don't care. I'm a minister. Okay. And if I got something to say, one or none. That's my philosophy. One or none, I'm gonna be here. And at the appropriate time, those that need to see or hear what I got to say will. Um, so that's just how I look at it. Shout out to Jackie with the Q. She's one of my subbies as well. Hi, Miss Jackie. She has her own platform. Miss Jackie has, I think, 23,000 subs, but she's a butterfly. So smooches to you, Miss Jackie. And she's changed her platform. She very seldom goes live anymore. She does little bitty videos now and upload them and everything. I just like talking. I'm a minister. That's what we do. We talk. Okay. So I'm a teacher too. So we just talk. All right. So that's why I come on here. Some of my shorts, most of my shorts I upload, and everything. So, it is what it is, y'all. It is. You have to know why you're here. You understand? I think all of my support that I get, all of my people that, support the Butterfly Queendom, a lot of my supporters don't like each other. And I stay out of it because if I like the left side, the Republicans, and I like the other side, which is the Democrats, then when they get to bickering back and forth, I get quiet. It has nothing to do with me because I like you and I like you. And I like y'all for different reasons, okay? I'm just hoping that when you come here, we all get along because I don't like beefing. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. Okay. Um, so that's basically it. This is the love sector. This is the love channel. This is the teaching channel. I try to give as much love as possible because you know what, y'all, I'm learning. A lot of people don't receive love. They don't, and that's the best attribute I have is love, to love someone. And I can love you through your pain if you let me. But what I don't do, and I said this is my philosophy, okay? I will only love those that will let me love them. If for whatever reason you have a problem with me loving you, I won't. I ain't gonna hate you, but I won't show you no love. Thank you, the ham. Yes, you need to wake up, okay? Get you some coffee, all right? So anyway, let's go to the next dang blasted story, y'all. This story, let me just pull it up. Shh, Lord, today. I think I fixed. Nah, I ain't, you know what? I ain't even gonna fix my mouth to say that. Nope. Because every time I, mm-mm. And shout out to my sister from another mister, my wife's sister Charlie. She's gonna train as my trainer. She gonna help train me to get this together. So when we have the egg roll challenge uh in December, and I'll be good. I can bring up all the contestants at one time on the screen and stuff like that, y'all. Uh, give me one moment. I'm pulling this next story up. Oh, Lord. Today is going to be the last 83 day we see in Kentucky. From here on out, it is dropping. From here on out, it is dropping. We are going from 83 to it's going to rain. Then it's going to go to 70. Then we're going in the 60s. I am not ready. I'm not ready, y'all. I am trying to get me a snowblower, though, so that we'll have it here and everything. Wait a minute, I'm going to pull it up as we speak. Something telling me that tomorrow, cause okay, they was supposed to be rehearsing, right? Choir rehearsal, but we was getting it, decorating and everything, and this lady showed up for the choir rehearsal, but nobody else showed up, and she's like, I wonder if they called it off. We was like, I don't know. Something tell me that they gonna be sneaky tomorrow, and I'm gonna hear this. Well, it is granddaddy's anniversary, and he ain't heard this one person sing in a minute. And y'all know how he feel about her. Y'all know he love his granddaughter. Coco, come on up here and sing something for your grand. I just got this feeling. Usually when I have this feeling, I'm right on the money. I be sitting there enjoying myself, and all of a sudden I hear, we gonna hear a select. Come on up here, Coco. And the church like, yeah, come on, sing, girl. Come on. I'm like, okay. So I might as well go on and get one together. Might as well think up in my mind something I can just have readily and sing for him. So, y'all pray my strength in the Lord, okay? Let's see. Okay. My mom's birthday was Thursday. What day was it? 16th? Okay, happy late birthday to D Ham's mom. Mama D Ham. Yes. Rest in power. Yes. Okay, y'all, let's get into it. If y'all been living under a rock again, this is about the turkey hut. Okay, the turkey leg hut. The turkey leg hut is located, I believe, in Houston, Texas. Okay. And shout out to Rebel. Shout out to Rebel. Rebel, you said you want us to do a live, boo. You gotta tell me when you're not working. I'm gonna get up under your video so we can do this live. Y'all know I love some Rebel, right? I love some Rebel. Anyway, so turkey leg hut, and I don't have on my glasses, so don't at me because I can't read. Get into that. The turkey leg hut founder, Nakia Holmes, has been arrested for allegedly hindering the arrest of a known felon accused of kidnapping. The turkey leg hut owner is accused of assisting Jonathan Saison, who allegedly kidnapped and assaulted an ex-girlfriend on October the 8th with a tie rod, y'all. Dang. Okay. While out on bond for previous felony charges, Saison also faces charges for aggravated kidnapping and aggressive assault of a family member. She initially told officers no one was home, but later changed her statement. Detective says the suspect fled through the back door and jumped several fences before being caught. She's stupid. I mean, she's done with two B's, okay? Upon her arrest, Holmes identified herself as the owner of the Turkey Leg Hut and reported having just 700 in assets. She said Cezanne reportedly shared a residence in Cyprus. Her bond was set at 10,000, and she remains in custody with her next court appearance set for October the 17th, which that's passed. It was yesterday. And let me see, let me scroll up. Cezanne, 38, faces several felony charges, including Cezanne 30. Huh? They mistyped that. Okay. Including aggravated kidnapping, aggravated assault of a family member. Dang, of a family member. Holmes reportedly filed for divorce from Lynn Price last month. Y'all know he's brought up on charges too, supposedly for burning somebody's establishment down or having it done. Yeah, I don't know what's going. Houston, what y'all doing? What you doing? That's like Ohio. Wait till I bring y'all the other one from Ohio. Ohio's on butt right now. Shout out to Melissa Coffee Quiz. Melissa Scott Coffee Quiz. Um, Let me see. On a family member after he was accused of attacking his ex-girlfriend and kidnapping her while he was out on bond for previous charges. The victim told deputies Cezanne had come to the home and forced her into his vehicle. Once she was inside, he physically assaulted her with his fist and with a tire iron repeatedly. Y'all, this is crazy. Look, this is what the Turkey Hut lady looked like, okay? This is what she looked like. This is her mug shot. Girl, you got some lashes missing, don't you? Anyway, move on. Look, y'all see this picture? This is him. Look what he did to this girl. Look, before, after. You can't even recognize her. Uh-oh, Amazon just delivered my packages. Yes. Look, before and after. Oh my God. He must have cut her hair off too or something. This is, oh my gosh. You can't even tell us the same girl. Whoo, Lord, y'all. Mm. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. Let me see. Oh, you can't read. Yes, you can. You're silly. The wife is dating a younger hood dude, and her husband is in prison, right? Don't ask me no questions. I tell you no lies, because I haven't followed it that much. Like I said, I knew uh when they closed down, her and him was going at it about the rights of the Turkey Hut. I know that there is a Christian gospel artist, him and his wife invested in the Turkey Hut because she became friends with the gospel singer's wife, and they put a certain amount of money in it because they were supposed to get their money back, and they did that so that she could cover payroll. However, they start getting notices, the gospel man and his wife start getting notices about things not being paid and overdue, so they filed chapter whatever bankruptcy, so now the gospel people can't even get their money. Sometimes people have, I'm gonna have to put my corporate tunnel bracelet on because it's acting up, my finger trying to lock. Some people have good business ideas, but they don't have good business sense to keep the idea going. A lot of times people start looking at the finances of things and start living above their means. One thing I didn't do when I actually got that particular job that was making more money than I ever had made in my life. I never changed my lifestyle. However, I was living before the finances, I kept living that way. It's easy. I was talking about last night how God blessed my one of my credit cards that I didn't even know that they was going to look at me to increase it or whatever. And I happened to log in just to see if StreamYard had given me back my money and something else that I had did and blew my mind. I'm like, what the what? And I looked and I looked and I logged out and I was like, let me call. So I called, same information. I'm like, thank you, Lord. You know, like that. So I'm still gonna do the same thing I've been doing. Pay it off before, at least up to $10 to $30, like I've been doing, and be done with it. Because no, you can't get. I'm. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I always try to go about biblical principles. You have to be a good steward over the things that God allow you to have. You can't ask God to help you with your bills. I pay this off and pay this off, and then you still live recklessly. That does not work. You have to prove to him that however little you have, you can be a good steward over that. Like I have a 2010 that I'm proud to say I have a 2010. Okay, I am. I ain't knocking y'all that got these new cars and all that. God bless you, baby. Okay, and may the Lord, help you. However, I don't want a new car. I don't. My car is paid for. Okay, team paid for. My car is paid for. It's a great car. Uh, it's the last big purchase my late husband bought me. I ain't trying to get no new car. But here's the thing: those of you all be like, "Oh, I can't wait to get a new car. I can't wait to get a new car." I was so well, I ain't got to be new, but I want it to be a 2020. I want it to be a 2021. Do you keep the car that you got clean? Oops, oops. You want a new car, but the one that you got, do you keep it clean? Do you keep it updated? Do you change the oil when it needs to? Do you drive it good? Do you I mean, you know what I'm saying? You have to be a good steward over that he has put in your hands before you ask God to bless you. What are you doing with what he's giving you? What are you doing with what he's giving you? You know, that's like here. I can't be saying, okay, God, I want a mansion. And the house I got ain't never clean. It just don't work that way, y'all. How you I guess you can ask them, but he's watching to see how you take care of the little that you got. And if you can't take care of the little that you got and be grateful for that, how do you expect him to give you many? How do you expect him to give you more? To magnify, multiply that you want. With the small job, when I was at McDonald's, okay, when I was a cashier and you pulling up to the, speak and I go, welcome to McDonald's. This is Coco. How may I help you today? That's how I would do McDonald's. Nowadays, you can barely get a McDonald's. Sometimes you don't know if you're at Burger Hut, Rally's, Pizza Hut. You don't know where you at. You see the arch, you pull up and they like, yeah, what you need. See, that's what bothers me. I swear, that's what bothers me because I was on the ground floor with Mickey D's. I was a manager for Mickey D's, so I know how things are supposed to be ran. Like this morning, I went there for my hotcakes, okay? And I was back in the day, we made the hotcakes, okay? I used to get up and make the batter. Before I went to management, I was the opening breakfast person. So I would turn on the grills, I would do the biscuits, get them cut out, throw them in the oven, make the pancake mix, get them down on the grill so we at least have 3 sets of pancakes already upper. See, I was McDonald's. I was the old McDonald's, so I know how things are supposed to be ran. You have to have your head on before you go on the front line. You couldn't be up there on your phone or playing with your nails, all of that. And so when I see stuff like it now, and when people pull up at the speaker, welcome to McDonald's. When people come through the door, welcome to McDonald's. Now you don't hear none of that, and everybody lets it fly, and it bothers me because foundation is everything. The foundation is everything. When you remove the foundation, everything sinks. I dare you. When you get a chance, okay. And if you got, if you sitting on your porch, start beating up the foundation of that porch to see if everything don't fall. If you standing on the sand castle, tell people start moving that sand, see if you don't fall. Anytime you remove the foundation of something, it crumbles. That's why a lot of matriarchs in the family, Big Mama, Mama, all them, and all of that, once they passed away, the family structure started to fold because they were the foundations. So, I don't know, yeah, I feel some type of way. Let me see, James Ford in the gospel. Yeah, he's him and his wife. They are the ones that actually sold into. I gave them the money for the turkey hut. Okay, so I don't know, y'all. What y'all think about that? Me being a woman, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Me being a woman, I won't even have my brothers, and I love them knuckleheads, even though they get on my nerves. Okay, let me see. O D Junebug Hawk passed away, but I still had him, so I count him. Christopher. Um, trying to think. I got a brother, y'all, that I have not met that's overseas. When my father went over there, I can't tell you too much about that, but hope my father told me about him. So if he does try to find me, I already know about him, so it won't be no surprise, and everything. So you know, so altogether, just by my daddy alone, I got 7 brothers. Okay, and I love all of them. Now, some of them I'm more closer to than the other ones because we spent more time together, but nevertheless, we siblings. Okay. So if my brother's child, my baby brother is the same age as one of my sons. Let that sink in. Okay. I told you them Indians, that girl, honey, my baby brother is the same age as one of my siblings. No, let me tell you what tripped me out. One day, I was over my daddy's. I went to see how he was doing. I was over my daddy's kiln and seeing these pictures. I'm like, Daddy, how you know her? That's one of my babies. That's one of my main squeezes. Daddy, what? She's my age. And he's like, I said, yeah, you know how I know? We were friends in middle school. She's a twin. He was like, really? It didn't even bother. He like, really? You mean I'm pulling my daughter's age? Yeah, I was done. But yeah, I bet. Who know that I contacted that person and said, leave my daddy alone? Find some other man, but not mine. Needless to say, that was a wash. I ain't never heard no more about that. Yeah. Daddy, she my age. We went to middle school together. She's a twin. I told him, he was like, really? I mean, he was so calm. Really? Some tell me he kind of knew she was my age. Some tell me he was pulling my leg, but that's all right. Cause shoot, I think I've dated a man close to his age before. So, it is, yeah. I guess he's like, I'm gonna get you back. How about that? You gonna date somebody close to my age? I'm gonna date somebody that is your age. So, oh, y'all. Wherever he is, okay. Let me tell you something. Like my daddy, he had a beautiful complexion. He was, ooh. I used to say, Daddy, I'm quarter to midnight black. My daddy said, well, if you quarter to midnight, I'm midnight black. Cause my daddy, he was at coal black. I mean coal black with like crazy gray blackish eyes. Like it's weird, right? And and everything. But I used to ask him because it always seemed like he never dated black women, right? Like out of let's just say 10 women, only 3 were black, the rest was white. And I used to ask him, Daddy, why don't you ever date any black women? You always, tell us, you pump us up. I'm your black China doll and blah, 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 blah. He said, because I'm too dark for black women. That was like my very first kiss, y'all, of how we can be racist against our own people. And when he told me that, he said, I'm too dark for black women. He said, they always tell me that, you just too dark. He said, and white women love me. He said, so what am I supposed to do? Not date, not find love because they not my color? Made sense, but I had never really understood that until my daddy told me that. And I was like, wow. And then I started hearing different people, I would, girl, but he's too dark. I'm like, what does that mean? I just, I don't know. you know, Kim, it just, the ham is cutting up. Kim, it don't, and I guess everybody has their own preference, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But wow, you gonna pass up on a good man because he's dark. I ain't never, I don't know. I think out of all of my siblings, it's four of us that is dark. One of my siblings is, if you would look at her, you would say she was white. You know how you look at Mariah Carey, and unless you know her history, you don't know she's black. She just looks white. Everything about her. That's how one of my sisters looked. And it was funny sometimes seeing me and this sister together, and she hollered, "Hey, sis." And they look at her real funny, like, sis. And they see this real dark woman come, like, what's up? You know, and everything. So it's, black jeans is amazing to me. It just really is. Black jeans is, I mean, we are amazing people. We do amazing things. So yeah, I just feel like that. Okay, now let's talk about my dating situation. Out of lack thereof, let's say that, okay? The hell. Okay. Um, I've decided, those of you all who heard the story yesterday, okay, I've decided to keep Pandora's box closed. Because if you play with fire, a lot of times you get burnt, okay? And I don't want to have the regrets that I shoulda, coulda, woulda, okay? I should have just, so I'm making my stance now that I was grateful me and the guy, I was one of the guys I was engaged to, that we was able to clear the air about everything. We know where each other stand, but I don't think that friendship thing is gonna work. And I'm straight up no chaser with you guys. I tell you the truth, okay? Um, I just don't think it's gonna work. And the reason why, uh, emotions can be stirred up, feelings can get stirred up because remember, we don't hate each other at all. Okay, we don't hate each other at all. It's the very opposite. Okay, and I don't get nothing out of the deal because he's a married man, and I don't mess with married men. Okay, I was a wife, so I honor that. Whether your marriage is good or not, ain't none. I don't care. You're not gonna add me to the channel, and it's gonna be you, me, and he. Okay, so in order to keep the respect and then not tilt her into me and him trying to meet up and get our thing going, and if only for one night and all of that, and I think I need to shut this door now and just thank God for clearing the air and keep it moving, because I see if I allow this thing, it's gonna go somewhere neither one of us can come back from. And at this stage of the game, I don't need no regrets. I don't need those regrets. So, being a grown woman and taking responsibility for me, I have decided I'm just gonna shut the door. No contact, no nothing. Even if he contacts me, I will not respond. Um, hmm, I had to prove that this morning, but I would not respond because he's vulnerable. He's very vulnerable at this time because, again, whenever you tell your wife she's the one that got away, and everything, and y'all already on funny ground, like y'all don't know it. I don't want to be that person than make you say, I'm gonna walk away from that because I need to see what's up. No, 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 no. You stay over there, buddy. You know, make it work or don't. I don't care which way, but you'll never use me as the reason why you left your relationship. And not only that, that's a marriage, not just a relationship. So no. So I thought about that thing all night last night. I didn't like what I was feeling. Um, because if my husband was still living, I wouldn't want my husband to be with me but pining for his ex. You see how that is? I mean, you're still married to me, and we so called trying to make it work, but he's sitting wanting his ex, feeling his ex, still loving his ex, and now you in the ex are in contact more, and all of this is nah. It don't seem right. Okay, I know other women probably would have been like, "Girl, please, that's not me. That's not me. Let's get some boundaries in this thing." Nope. So because emotions is very high right now, and everything came out, and I still love you and all this, and then blah 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 blah, and everything, and I'm like, I knew it and I felt it, and I shut that door, boom, shut it. Nope, 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 nope. I cannot, and honestly still have my integrity about myself. I can't. I can't. That bothered me, y'all. It did, and it shouldn't bother me if it's the right thing to do. See, you don't get bothered by the right thing. Okay, so something in this situation, in this equation, is not right. So shut that door. And so, me as a woman, a mature woman, I decided to keep that door closed. No communication at all. And I don't know how this person's gonna feel yet again, that I'm the one that's shutting the door. I'm the one that's not having no communication. I'm the one, because that's what happened the last time. And yeah, so but this time I don't feel it's right, y'all. I'm sorry. And y'all can let me know, but I don't feel like it's right. Okay. Let me see. I have never met a woman. Oh, okay, I read that. I don't mess with right. If only, you know what? I promise you. And that's the thing. Let me see. That is not right. Got to have more. Right. Right, Kim. And that's why I was like, and here was the question. I'm I'm full transparency right now, okay? Because I shut that door. Full transparency was, may I ask you a question? I said, okay. I said, I'm honest. He said, I know. He said, since we're putting it all out here, what if I was back in Kentucky? Would we, and I know you said you're not gonna blah 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 until you get married and all that, but if you knew that we was gonna get married once I left his situation, and we was together and things begin to happen, and we had that one night, do you think we would have that one night to bond together in that way? And I knew what he was talking about, and I could honestly tell him, I said, you know what? I said, let me be totally honest with you. You would be the one that I would break that for, and that's why I'm not. That's exactly how I said it. You would be the one that I would break that for. I said, so no, 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 kid. I done came too far. No, kid. Mm-mm. So it was full. Like I said, we talked about everything. So yeah, mm-mm. I want my own. I don't want to share nobody. I've never shared, and I have an issue with that. So no, mm-mm. But I was glad that, like I said, we talked about everything, and I just feel like it's in my best interest to help him stay married. Whatever he does between him and his wife, if he decides or whatever, it ain't gonna be cause Coco's attached to it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You'll never say, "Well, I left her because." Mm-mm, mm-mm. So I wish him the best. Like I've always wished him the best. I know he gonna still stalk me, and I'm saying it, but it's true. I know he gonna still stalk me. God bless him, But I wished him the best. Whatever he decided to do from that point on, Coco ain't gonna be attached to it, so I won't know. You know, I won't know. So sometimes, like you said, Kim, sometimes women have to be women. We have to take in consideration, would you want that done to you? And, like I said, I always love them, and I always love the fact that we are honest with each other. Like I said, it's refreshing to have a man who can talk and say this, and you can talk and say this, and they not take it as you attacking them. And now, I mean, it's nothing more frustrating than we talking and you feel attacked because I'm not agreeing or saying stuff that make you feel good. I'm telling you from my heart, this, that, and the other. So it's refreshing to hear a man that can take that, you know what I'm saying, and understand what adults do is have a conversation. You talk, I talk, you talk, I talk, you talk, I talk. It's the receptive of it all. Okay. So let me see what Ben said. Let me see. I have a similar story with my. Oh, okay. Yeah, and like I said, the hardest thing outside of this, okay, outside of what just happened, the hardest thing that happened with me and him is when I didn't get on that plane and he left, and I didn't think I would ever see him ever again, and I had to break his heart. That was the hardest thing because it broke my heart. You know, I didn't know that God right around the corner had the man that he wanted me to be with that would restore and all of that. I didn't know he was right around the corner. And that's what happened. Once, I didn't get on the plane and, all of that and stuff, it's like, I know it was a year or two, but it's like I bumped into this man who already knew I was his wife and made a statement while he was with another woman that that's my wife because he knew. And that's one thing I learned about men. You don't take them forever to know whether or not you're gonna be with him or he gonna be with you. Men put you in several categories. They meet one, they'll say, you know, that's somebody is a friend. They meet another, they have this other category. That's somebody I can screw. Then they have this other category. Possibility me and her could build something. Okay. So they already know what category women fit in. That's why I don't know why all the game playing. I just why I never understood men in these games. Because you already know whether or not when you see that girl, when you meet her, whether or not what category she goes in your life. And people go for years with these games. It's like stop wasting each other's time. If you just want a sex partner, say, "Hey, I like you, but I just want to have sex." Let me say that ain't me. Sure, we can be sex buddies, but don't take my options and don't try to waste my life because I ain't gonna let that happen. Let me see what you're saying, Kim, because you're talking some good stuff, girl. Let me see. When I was in law enforcement, a outside woman deleted the man because he said he was not messing with his wife, but the wife was pregnant. She was believing everything that man said. How stupid. How stupid. Let me see. But you know what? It's a blessing. Let me say this. It's a blessing to be desired. A lot of, and I'm going to say women, okay, because I'm a woman right now, I'm talking about me. It's a blessing to be desired and not for what's between my legs. That's easy. Should a man get a hard on when he wake up in the morning, his thing be erect, so you don't take, you can't look at that. I made him hard. Okay, so did the wind. So did the fact that he's got to go pee. Duh. That and a dime will get you what? So, it's just to be desired just because of me. Like I said, we hadn't been together since 1988. Think about that. And he still loved me. And the love is still there from me to him. It's saying something. And it's not the only one. I done told y'all that, but that's because I'm such a let me Larry, if you're still listening, birthday boy, I'm gonna take a page from you. Let me toot my own horn, okay? Like, what's that thing to say you can't just eat one, you can't just eat one chip or whatever. I'm a good woman. I'm a very good woman. And I tell everybody, if me and you don't make it, it ain't because of me. But once I close my door, ain't no coming back. And there will be a time that you're gonna say, I messed that up. If I could just get her back. And that's all but one, and he's dead. All but one, I always say that, man, you better hold on to it if you get her. Cause once I'm gone, I'm gone. It just is what it is. I'm one of them, I got your back. I mean, I feel like together we can do anything. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta wonder if I care about you, if I love you. It's already stated, it's already shown, all the things. But I ain't nobody's mama like that. I don't want to be your mama. I don't want to be your therapist. Get all that stuff taken care of. If I'm gonna be your therapist, I ain't gonna be your woman. Now, it's the difference between being in a relationship and we share things, we talk things, we help each other out. But just constantly me pouring into you, trying to build you up. Come on, baby, you can do it. Don't come on, baby. That's exhausting. That's exhausting. You need a therapist, not a woman. And the fact that a lot of people don't want to go to therapy and they need it, I can't. I cannot. I can't mess with it. I just, I don't want that. I don't want that responsibility. I don't want that responsibility. That's too much. That's. People get mad at me when I keep saying I don't want a man who got no kids they responsible for. If you got a child that's in school and you got to pack pampers, you got to go daycare, you got to go school functions, and no, mm-mm. I ain't your one. I ain't your one. And I'm proud to say it. I've been responsible for kids or a child since I was 9 years old. My little sister that I had to at that time take care of, taking back and forth to the babysitter and being a latchkey kid. Some of these kids don't even know about that. Being a latchkey kid before my mama get home and all this is now that I don't have no kids I'm responsible for, I ain't gonna be none. It's just not. I'm sorry. And your little darling is probably just as precious. Your son probably just as cute as he want to be. And God bless him. I don't want to have nothing to do with him. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Let me see. I know y'all think that is horrible. What sounds like a good topic? I missed that. Oh, lying about. I know y'all do. Damn, I know y'all do. That's why I keep saying I had women in my life. Trust me. Trust me, I did. But I was always a daddy's girl. So my granddaddy I gravitated to, my uncles, my brothers, they made sure they schooled me the way a man thinks. I mean, so yeah. That's why a lot of times when I see things, I just laugh because I already know yeah. Can't drink that if that is all that a person wants, they can decide. Right. Yeah, and that's fine, Van. If a man wants more than one woman, that's fine, but keep me out of your harem because I don't share. I don't play well with others. That was always, oh, honey. Hold on, let's talk. Can we talk? Can we talk? When I was in school, one of the main things that came home on my report card, she talks too much and doesn't play well with others because I'm territorial. What's mine is mine. If I allow you to join me in a reindeer game, that's different. Don't try to bring yourself in what's mine in my game. I don't play those games. Okay? Jealousy never. Territorial always. Always. And I see women a mile away. I see women a mile away. Trust me. You know, I don't play that. Ain't nothing about me slow. Let's see. Let's scroll up. Y'all talking good today. All the things. But yeah, I'm just saying, just, especially we in 2025, let's lay the cards out on the table. Just, I would rather for somebody to say, you know what, Creole, I like you, but to be honest with you, I just wish we could be screw buddies. I just need somebody that once a month we can get together and lay the thing down and go on about our business, like, and continue to be friends without any feelings attached. Why come in 2025 we still trying to get smarter at playing games instead of just being upfront? Because you always hear people, I don't have no problem saying what I want. I'll step right. Yes, you do. Stop lying. Yes, you do. I remember once upon a time, I was asked, because when you have girlfriends, y'all talk about things, and it's like always, it seemed like it's like a group of y'all that, everybody know and blah, blah, blah. So one day I was asked by my girlfriends, okay? I got to call my best friend. She had an MRI yesterday. It just made me think of that. I said, no, somebody said, ma'am, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah. Did you and old dude do the mattress mumbo? And I said, yeah. Everybody was shocked. Like, what? Not you? Yeah. Why? I have. I'm attracted to him. He's attracted to me. We're grown adults. I wanted it. He wanted it. We made it happen. Now we're good. I haven't had many one night stands, but I've had two. And I don't regret neither one of them. I don't regret neither one of them. But what I'm saying is, I knew what it was before it happened and when it happened. It wasn't like, oh, he lied to me and blah, 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 because I ain't lied to him. I ain't interested in a relationship with you. Okay, that's too much. All right, got it. Got it? I got it. I just, and it's just like, okay, like I said, I respect those dude for just telling me how he feel. I don't play games. I always tell people I'm approachable. And I think what happens is I scare people because I see through them. So you can roll up on me with this grand story if you want to. I'm going to know immediately if you're lying or not. That's just who I am. And I can't change who I am. That has saved me from getting shot. That has saved me from going somewhere and I shouldn't have been. That has saved me from a lot. So I don't go against that. When people roll up on me with these grand stories, I see through the stories. Sometimes they be telling me the absolute truth. Sometimes it's for sympathy. Sometimes they habitual liars. And, their life is so drab, they got to say this and it makes them feel. See, I know all of that, but I never call you on your life. I'll sit there and go, oh, for real? Wow. Because I don't care. It ain't affecting my life. Then if you're trying to build something with me, I don't believe that. And I'm going to tell you why I don't believe it. And I'm going to tell you why. Come again. And I remember telling somebody that because you got to remember the story you tell me. Okay? I'm one of them. Remember, I'm the mother of 9. You got to remember the story you tell me because if you're going to tell me this story, I'm going to remember this story. Years later, months later, week later, you can't come back and tell me the same story, but now it's a pink shirt instead of a red one. You was walking instead of riding. You had 3 and it was 10. See, no, because the whole time you talking about the story in the back of my mind, it's like I'm comparing. I don't know why I'm like that. It's a survival instinct. I'm just like that. And I remember saying to somebody, that's not what you said last time. Last time you said, and they bust out laughing. Why? Because they were caught. See, so don't roll up on me like that. Just come correct. I like you. at this time, I got to get me together. But I want you to know I do like you and I would love to try to build something with you. Just if you're not with somebody in about 6 months or so, then I'm coming for you. See, I respect the man that says stuff like that because that lets me know at least he know what he wants. And at least he's upfront with me. He's being honest. He ain't pulling no punches. Let me see. Not first cup of coffee almost done. Let me see what y'all saying. Okay, Kim, you know, I told you my sister from another mister. You know, on YouTube, you can be any character you want. And I think it's so sad. Because warts and all, naked and unashamed, I tell y'all everything. Even when I don't look good in the story. Even when I don't look good in the story, I just don't know how to be nobody than Coco. That's what they call me here in Kentucky. I'm Coco. I don't know how to be nobody other than Coco. And that's why I said one or none. I'm gonna be here. I'm not gonna be somebody I'm not just to get a hook. Cause you know what? In the preaching world, we say this. Okay, y'all want all these people to join your church and stuff. You couldn't be getting a whole church full of devils. So I'd rather have people who really want God, even if it's 5 or 6, than to have 5 or 600 that's filled with hell. And that's my philosophy for YouTube. I'd rather have 1 or 2, 4 or 5 that really want to hear what I got to say and is for me than to have 5 to 600 that don't care nothing about me, just want to turn my channel down. I keep a whole lot of stuff going. I don't like chaos. I don't like chaos. I don't like drama. I don't like none of that. And I stay far away from it. I do. So, let me see. Did you say mattress? Mattress rumble? Yeah, shoot. Let me see. I'm on my third. Not the third cup. Y'all cutting up with this coffee. So, Creole, are you saying you blessed with this spiritual gift? Oh, yeah, I thought you knew that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I thought you knew that. Prophetically, yeah. I come on here all the time and uh tell what God shows me and what I can share and everything all the time. Outside of YouTube, that's what I do. I'm an ordained apostle. I'm an ordained pastor. Okay. I went into pastoring in 2010. April of 2010, I went into pastoring. And the only reason why physically now I don't have a physical church, I help out at other churches, is because one, I'm helping to keep my granddaddy's legacy alive because he's 91. And so we're trying to keep that church going. And two, my physical church was under herbal renewal. And y'all know herbal renewal is herbal removal. Okay. And supposedly they was gonna, blah, 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 blah. It never happened. And everything. And so, people keep asking me now, when you gonna get your physical church back? I mean, old people. I'm talking about when old people want to follow you, you know something. Okay. You know something. So yeah. I got ordained in 2010, April of 2010. Mm-hmm. Where they robed me and dashed me and anointed me and everything. In 2009 is when I was an ordained apostle. I got ordained as an apostle and everything. So, mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a degree in biblical studies. I just don't come on here all the time and say, yeah, I got this degree and this degree and this degree and this degree. It's not, and that's just a piece of paper. I earned it. Now, hold on. We ain't gonna diminish it now. I did earn it, all of that, pulling my hair out and everything. But, yeah. Mm-hmm. I just like coming on talking to people. I do have a podcast as well, but here's the thing with the podcast. Yeah, we ain't even get started because these people are frustrating me so much. I'm having to pray because I really, okay, God, I hear you. Let me see. I am the same way. I listen correctly the first time. Okay. No, it don't work like that because I'm not a soothsayer and everything. I only see and hear what God say to see and hear. That's it. Yep, that's it. And that's one thing I don't play with. I do not play with that gift. Now since in 2024, I kind of told everybody what's going to happen in 2025, and I was very accurate. Um, and I have been very accurate ever since I came on here and started telling y'all stuff like that. Uh, Now people, people's funny. That's all I'm gonna say. People's funny. Bless their heart and all their parts. It doesn't benefit me because I don't do it for money. That's the difference with me. You can't pay me for a prophecy. See how that works? Not me. Now there's many others that you can contact and give them, $50, $100, and $10,000, and they'll tell you whatever you want to know. I'm too afraid of going to hell. I'm too afraid of God whooping me. That's why I try to treat everybody right. When I feel like me and you will not be on a good standing, I don't deal with you. Dealing with you is not worth me getting in my flesh to where God is not happy. It's just it doesn't work like it for me. And I you'd be trying to be out. What you can think what you want about me. I don't care. You have to get people that care what you think about them in order for that to be effective. I'm one people's opinion of me long time ago went out the window. If I ever had it. I think I was probably 4. I was a weird kid at 4. I was that kid that could see things around you and can tell you what was going to happen, and other kids thought you were crazy. But they wanted to be around you because you were fun. So that a people's opinion, how you gonna have people's opinion? You dark skin, ass change. You talk about people that other people don't see, and it happens. Baby, you get a tough skin. Do you hear me? You get a tough skin. So now that I'm a grown woman, I do not get at 55 years old and care about the opinions of people. I have to keep my mental straight, my mental clear. And when God says shut it down, I don't buck that. I don't care who you are. You can call my phone and I'd be like, boop, put your dad on, send your dad to voicemail. If he say no, it's no. I do not buck that at all. DM. Let me see. I feel the same way you do, Creole. I do not. Yeah, chaos is just mm. No, I'm not that See, here's the thing. I was gonna show y'all what the procedure for my knee, and I thought about it. You ain't desperate and I said it in my video. I think I said, I was gonna show y'all the procedure they gonna do with my knee, but I ain't thirsty nor desperate, so never mind. So yeah, it don't, and I know it should. Now, who don't want support? Everybody wants support, okay? But if I don't get it, like, okay, case in point, me and the guy I was telling you about, we was having a conversation, and the conversation was, don't you miss dating? Why don't you just, date to be dating? And like I told him, you know me. Back then I didn't date to be dating. What I look like at 55, just going against everything just to date and to have a date. You might end up dating Jeffrey Dahmer. Then that's your last date. So I'm different. People hate me because I'm different, and I'm okay with that too. You know, I build strong communities, honey. One day people gonna like you, next day they not. Same people that like you won't like you. They did Jesus like that. Hail Jesus, hail the King, hail the King. They putting palms down for him while he's riding in on a donkey, and then 24 to 72 hours later they stone him, kill him, crucify him. So same people. Hail him now, crucify. You know, So can I really expect anything different? No. Okay. I feel you, DM. Oh, shoot. But yeah, I just, you know, mm-mm. And I'm hoping that those who are 45 and up, T Danielle, hi boo. Me and T Danielle go way back, y'all. We do. We go way, we go way back. I'm glad you called me too, boo. Yes. I'll be in your neck of the woods in November, T Danielle. I'm coming up there. I do too. I love you too, boo. I really do. I'm coming up there for my uncle's anniversary. I was coming for the weekend, and then with all the ice stuff and everything that's going on, and I don't want to get messed up in there, so I'm just coming up there. We leaving out Saturday night. I'll be up there all day Sunday, then I'm heading back to Kentucky. So I'll send you the address if you want, if so we can hug each other's neck. And you can come over to the church because I know you said, well, let me put my email down here. Email me, and I'll tell you where I'm gonna be. Hold on. Is it cold up there yet, girl? Because I need to know how to dress. Honey, y'all win don't play. Y'all win to make a person convert to Christianity real quick. Oh, okay. Okay. I forgot. So you see an email on the screen? Email me. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We coming up there and everything. I can't wait. I ain't been to your city in about 20 years. Maybe a little over 20 years. So I'm excited. I really am. I'm hoping that I can pick up a pizza and then head back to Kentucky. One of y'all pizzas. I want to get one of those. I want to get one of those, or either some Hurl's wings. I want some Hurl's wings, and then we're gonna hit back on the expressway. Shoot, I'm gonna make sure I get some wings now. I already am putting people's spirit. Look, I don't care who driving. We got to get some wings. I want some Hurl's wings. Now I can do it out the piece, so I can have it shipped to me, but I want the wings. Okay. So yeah. Okay, it's 83 today. It was supposed to be in Kentucky. Okay, boo. Okay. So yeah. But anyway, y'all, we will be doing some more stuff. Uh about 3 months ago, Charlie asked me, because y'all know Charlie, my white vanilla sister from another mister. She does true crimes as well too. I know her and Charlie asked me first. Um and then Jay Dunn asked me to shout out to Jay Dunn too, to do to talk to them about my daughter, her case and everything. Um, and then I had told uh, Jay Dunn that I told her before Charlie that I would do an interview with her because she wanted to interview me about my daughter. I had told her that. And then she said when it was done, no, that was okay. Because I think she heard me talking about it. And I think she took that and did her own segment and everything. So, okay. But either way, y'all, and let me explain that. Somebody was like, you act like something had to do with me talking about my daughter's death and her case. Let me tell you something. Let me get my smack on first. Let me tell you something. First of all, judge your mama. Let me sit that right there. Enjoy all of that. Judge your mama. Over here, we drink our water and mind our business. That's what we do in the Butterfly Queendom because we understand that that's very important, okay, to your life, to drink your water and mind your business. All right. Third of all, it's my daughter. It's mine. I slid her out. Me. So if I want to talk about her case to bring awareness to what she went through, I'm going to do that. You ain't got to listen. Some of y'all really, really, really need to understand what mind your business is. If I put it out here, I'm going to talk about it. That's my daughter. Who has the ability, who has the right to talk about it but me? That's weird. It's really, it's just weird. So let me say this again. I am over people's opinions. If I ever cared at all, I don't care. I am healed from that. I'm healed. You would have really think I'm gonna talk about something that still gives me pause for a cause? No. And let me say this again. My daughter's sitting on the honey, my daughter up there with God in them, okay? Up there with her deceased sibling that I miscarried, up there with my husband, one of my favorite grannies, one of my favorite grandfathers, all the love she can get, all the peace she can get. She don't care about what you say one way or another. Just like her mama that's living don't care one way or the other. Get you some business and stop worrying about man. Oh man. Okay. Like, I don't get these people. You shouldn't be talking about your daughter and blah blah blah. If I don't talk about it, who should? I'm gonna keep Jasmine's memory going. Rest in power, daughter. I told you I'm working on a Jasmine's law. Don't get it twisted. A whole lot of other stuff I ain't gonna tell you that's going down the pipe. I ain't connected to the Department of Justice for nothing. For nothing? Yeah, all right. Hmm. And let me say one more thing. I can't stand her. I don't like her. Okay, moving on. See, I've never cared for real. You know how secure you got to be to come over here and talk to one person. You know how secure you got to be in yourself. You know how to I am the stuff all up and through here. You got to be to come over here and do commentary, real commentary, not talking about people, but real commentary. And only one or two people are here, but you give them commentary like it's 2000. That me, that me, that me. Okay. That's all I gotta say. Okay. Do you know how your self esteem got to be set up to don't care and come over here and pull this thing up and go, hey y'all, how y'all doing? This is your girl Creole, Libra Butterfly from Kentucky, and go on about your business like you got a room full of people. Okay. And I'm supposed to care because you don't like me? That's matter of fact, that's elementary. We don't like you. I ain't talking to you today. We ain't playing with you. You think you cute. Grow up. Grow up. A lot of things I don't address. Like today, I'm just being petty. Right now, a lot of things I don't address because it's beneath me. It just is. When you know your worth, a lot of things you don't address. You don't got to. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I ain't got nothing to prove that I can fight. I ain't got nothing to prove nothing. If you think I'm the worst of the worst, I am. If you think I ain't nobody, I'm not. If you think well she's boring, I am. See how that works? It's whatever you think. Whatever, I'm not trying to change that. Think what you think. Those that support me will continue to support me. See how that works? And I thank everybody for their support. I don't take it lightly when people tune in to listen to me. I ain't Oprah. I ain't giving out cards. You get a card. You get a card. You get a card. Everybody get a card. No, I'm giving out smooches. I'm giving out love. And that's some things that some people never get. They don't hear nobody say, you know what? I love you. Smooches to you. This is a kiss from me to you. They don't hear that no more genuinely. Some people don't hear it at all. So when they tune in over here and they play my playback, I get a lot of people that already have my email be like, thank you for saying that. I couldn't drop down in your chat because I didn't want people to. I understand that. So a lot of times when y'all think, all these invisible people, you should see my email. People that don't have loved ones, that I love on them, people who's going through, and I give my free advice that I went to school for. So okay, you ain't never got like me, boo, ever. I stand alone. And shout out to James Caldwell on this one. I didn't know he got this from Beyonce. I've said it many times. He said, I'm one of one, the only one. Hey, that's why I say one of none, I'll be here. So hey, James Caldwell, mother, treasure, one of one, the only one. Like I said, some of the people I support don't like each other, but I support them. So all you know who you are. You know who you are, because you basically blocked. But somehow you still find my channel and give your opinion on it as if I care. Grown woman stuff. Grown woman stuff. I'm not a 55-year-old who has to be with 20-year-olds to feel relevant. That'll never be my life. That'll never be my life. I am 55, love being 55, got pecs and ain'ts like a 55-year-old. My mental is more than 55. So yeah, we love our 50s all up in here. I don't fought too hard to stay here and live my life to be anything other in my age than what God has told me to be. I don't get the struggle. When you go through some things and you conquer it mentally, emotionally, and physically, why would you throw that back in God's face to do something that you shouldn't even be doing no more? Let Why am I going here? I don't know, but it must need to be said. Some of y'all too old for the stupidity that you rock. Some of y'all whole stick is being stupid. That's not attractive nor cute. And then sit up there and talk about you want a man. What reasonable, intelligent, good man gonna look your way outside of a booty call? Then some of y'all don't even want that. Y'all want just the booty call. When you get when you get in your 50s, it should be more that you want out of life in a relationship than somebody to give you a wet butt. I don't understand it. I won't understand it. I don't care to understand it. But don't throw your stuff off on me, because I am relationship material. I am marriage material. We not the same. I ain't looking for a wet butt. I can give that to myself. So we not the same. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I got off on my shit, honey, and the nervous some people. I know, DM, you be surprised. You be surprised. I get a lot of slack for just being me. I don't know who they want me to be, but they don't want me to be me. And that's weird to me. They don't want me to be me. And a lot of people be wondering, well, how she like Jay Dunn? Because she's her. I like real people. Good, better, and different. If you, I like you. I can learn something from you. But when you come on here and we can tell that's not you and you trying to be everybody but you, I don't have no use for you. I'll laugh at you because you're trying to put on a show. I'll laugh at you all day, every day. I shouldn't have to turn into something different, because that's not what I'm built off of. Now, if my channel was built off that, fine. Do you. But don't try to make me something that I'm not just so you can have 2 minutes to approve or disapprove. Man, kick rocks with that. Let me see. Bishop always say he don't care if the church is full or not. He have always preached. That's the training we have as ministers. It doesn't matter. The gospel still needs to be told. So, it needs to be told and not sold. You feel me? So I'm gonna say what I need to say, one or none. let me see, grown old women and men, some of them act like preschool, elementary children. They are not talking to you. Right. Kim B, you can, boo. You can, you know. That's why I be like, I can't, see, DM, I just, I had to mess with him. I cannot. Mm-mm. He be wanting to share, and I'm like, I don't know how to share. I can't do it. I'm too territorial, so I bow out. I bow out and let all the 50,000 women that won't DM have them. I bow out. Oh my God, today it hurts, but I bow out. Anyway, what y'all got planned for today? Let me see what time it is. I'm still early. Good. Ain't nothing like when you're supposed to be somewhere and you look and you 40 minutes from the time you're supposed to show up. It's like, I was actually going to go to the old school cars today before I went to my meeting at 4:30. But I don't think I'm gonna make it either. I'm just lazy right now. I'm in my lazy, season. I just am. Kim laughing. Yeah, him be. I just, honey. He be done stayed on the punishment. Will be like, nah. So yeah, I bowed out. It was good while it lasted. Oh, my heart can't take it. I can't take it. No. But y'all support him. I think he's still trying to get his watch hours up, y'all. Even if you don't do them, but go over and give him a click and a view, or at least let his stuff play longer than 15 minutes. Mine too, because I still want some extra hours to get me where I need to be. Me and YouTube, we not really on one accord right now because I still can't get my membership thing. I don't know what they waiting on. Everything is turned in. They said there's nothing else I had to do. Oh, except turning my banking stuff, and I already turned that in. So we'll see. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm on the sideline watching. I'm waiting. I'm watching. I'm watching. But anyway, y'all. So Kim said she done had 2 cups of coffee. DM said he had 1 or 1.5. I still got a little bit floating down in my cup. Thank you to Van for sponsoring Sunday's coffee because I think I'm gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts and get me a breakfast sandwich. They got a breakfast sandwich and a medium cup of coffee, iced coffee, all hot, for $6. And here in Kentucky with taxes $6.36. So I do that sparingly, maybe twice a week, because that can get expensive, y'all. And when I went back, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the month of August and the month and half the month of September, I was going to Dunkin' Donuts maybe 4 times a week. When I calculated all that money, I could have kicked my own butt. I'm like, oh no. And I got the stuff here to make the same type of coffee, even down to the cold foam. That don't make nobody sense, okay? So yeah, no, we ain't doing that because especially with this administration, I'm trying to save every coin, honey, that I can save. Serious talk. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kim. I got all the stuff. I've made it at home several times. Why are you trying to stay in the class? DM seems like a very nice man. That's the only reason I was. Yeah, I think he is too. I think he is too. It's funny because I'm gonna take credit for this. Maybe I can't, but I'm gonna take credit for this because it started happening even the more after I said this. I was in another chat, and this person and D Ham went up on. He said something on the panel and dropped down. I went up on the panel. I said, school me. I said, he need to come back up here and talk. I love his voice. I said, I didn't know he had all that voice behind him like that. because that voice was sexy. Get on back up here. You can say A, B, C, D, F, G. I just want to hear you talk, And of course, everybody was laughing because I'm like, I'm very blunt. I know how to not be uncouth. But I was like, school me? So when he came back up, I'm like, shh, let him talk, y'all. Because I kind of like that voice. Come on now. That voice right there that got my attention. And I've been on her for a long time. And trust me, ain't nobody got my attention. And yeah. So, ever since then, you got to thing now because we don't have right. You're absolutely right. But ever since then, honey, everybody's been talking about his voice. Everybody, the women, oh, his voice is so sexy. Man, I can't have nothing to myself. Dang, gone. Buy some chocolate chip cookies. Everybody want one. Not the fact that we all went to the store and got what we want. We at the store. Everybody done pick everything but some chocolate chip cookies. I get Chip Ahoy. Get in the car now. Everybody craving a Chip Ahoy. They want me to share my Chip Ahoys. Okay? I don't want to. They mad. Okay? So yeah. Currently, okay. So you good on your watch hours? How many you have to get? What, 4,000? I forgot. Mass fluctuate. I don't know how, and I be on her. It seemed like till kingdom come, and it still fluctuates. So I, don't, I'm done trying to figure out YouTube. I'm gonna let YouTube figure out YouTube. Uh, he reminds me of the former DJ that used to be on this channel. He could have went a long ways, I feel, but his subscribers messed him up because everyone was after him. You gotta watch them. I know that's right. That's true. I know that's right. Yeah. But see, it was like my deceased husband. Not only did he look good, but when he asked me to dance at the dance, when he had a girlfriend and I had a boyfriend, but he asked me to dance at the dance, he was like, "Would you like to dance?" Girl, that voice got my attention. I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, and I looked at his girlfriend and she told me straight out of her mouth, God rest her soul too. She said, honey, you can dance with him because I ain't. That's exactly how she said it at the table with all of us at the table. And I was like, sure. So we got up and we danced that first dance. It was kind of awkward because everybody was looking except his girlfriend, which didn't make no sense. But whatever, everybody was looking. And then when another dance came, he's like, want to dance again? I'm like, sure. So we started getting more comfortable with each other. He's like, wait a minute. So if we sat back down and a dance song came on, and I started moving in my seat, he get up from where he is. He came around to me like, come on, dance partner. Don't be wasting that seat. And I'm like, all right. So that whole night we danced and talked and danced and talked and danced and talked. And I just loved his voice. I did. I loved his voice. I was like, dang. And my cousin asked me about him. I said, he's a good dude. He just need a better woman. I said, he's a very good man. He just need a better woman. Who knew I was going to be the woman? I just. Don't y'all get upset if one day y'all heard me and D Hems in a relationship. Don't get mad. No, I'm just playing. But stranger things have happened, y'all. Stranger thing. I told y'all one of my favorite YouTube couples that met on YouTube is Cellulite and your girl Rob B. Privilege. They married and everything now, honey. So yeah, you never know what might happen on. But I might try to ask him if I could share that video. Again, I like that he knew what he wanted and he went for it. I like that. And you see what happens. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get out for her the voice, and then you got okay. I sure did. I got him. That voice was girl, it paid attention. it makes you pay attention. I'm like, now come on with the voice. And to be laid up in his arms at night, Kim, to be laid in his arms and he talking to me, talking, period. Baby, I won. I won, honey. Because I got to hear his voice anytime I wanted to. And sometimes when I didn't, because he would get on my nerves. But nevertheless, I got to hear that voice. Yes, ma'am. So, and many women. I told he worked one of his jobs was with the public. So, I used to buy his cologne. Now, one cologne he loved that I couldn't stand. I can't stand it to this day, but when I smell it, it really reminds me of him. And that's called Jupe, Joop. My husband loved Jupe. He wore it every day to work. I kept him in Jupe because he loved it. I can't stand Jupe. Okay. But anyway, he would wear that. Oh my God. But I bought everything else. I bought all his other colognes. Shout out to 300. Let me say this. Some of you all have been with me for a long time, since I started and really putting content over here. And y'all remember him being my mod, okay? Let me explain what happened with that. I kept 300 as a mod, and then things started happening in his life, okay, to where he couldn't be what he was to me. And what I don't do is set people up for a failure. I knew and know now that my platform was going to start growing. Just like right now, it's not where I'm going to be, it's a stepping stone. And I know I'm destined for greatness. Okay. I know I'm destined for greatness on this platform, like God has grew my increase on other things that I do. So this, never despise small beginnings. Right now, this is my small beginning. When 300 was my mind, I was very small. Okay, come on, let's talk about it. I never forget that. He is always honorary mod whenever he wants. And I have given him the option whether or not if he wants to come back and be my mod or not. I have given him that option. He's really the only one that's got that option. Because once I unmod you or whatever, I do that because I know it's best for my platform and you. Okay. What I don't want to do is set people up for failure, because I'm solidifying everything now because I'm growing, and this is not the half of a third of where I'm going to be at. Okay. It's just not. Like I said, it's best to know me now, because when I do blow up, okay, I don't want people saying, I remember when she was only had this amount of people and I was there for her. No, you wasn't. Stop it. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. So like I said, I'm fine tuning me. I'm fine tuning me, and I'm getting my groove. I'm getting in my Grinch. I'm getting in my word. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. And as soon as I get my computer situation even better, you're going to get more stuff from me. And again, um, to answer this, Breonna Taylor's mother, I am still going to interview her. It looks like it's going to be 2026. If you've been keeping up with the Breonna Taylor trial and all of that and stuff, the last police officer that actually did the shooting, that shot the shot, has been fighting going to prison, where he finally had to enter into prison last Thursday. I believe that's what it was. And instead of them being able to give him 33 years, they end up giving him 3 years because of the Trump administration. The Department of Justice changed it and sent something down that he didn't have to serve those years. So he was even fighting going to prison. He didn't want to go at all, you know. So she's dealing with that, all the emotions with that, some other stuff that she's got that she's working on. And like I reiterated to her, when you're ready, I'm ready. I've lost a child, so I understand. When you're ready, I'm ready. So she has promised me she's still going to do the interview. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay. So when I get ready to interview her, I want my stuff right. Okay. I want my stuff right. Because one, there's going to be some people that's going to try to troll, and we're going to block every page that you got. I just want to tell you up front, we're going to block every page you got. Okay. And then there are some people that are going to have some questions. And if she's up to answering some questions, I want to make sure we can do that professionally. Okay. I'm hard on myself because I carry myself on a certain level, and I'm harder on me than anybody could ever be. So even when I get out for here, I try to fine tune it like, okay, that was this. So that's just me. That's just me. So yeah. So 300 will always be my mod. When he's ready, I'm ready. If not, if he's never ready, he's still welcome in my chat. We don't have a falling out. We didn't have a falling out. He had life situations to happen, and I'm one that understand life happens. Okay, it happens to all of us. People have to navigate as they see fit. All right, so yeah, it just is what it is. Um, and let me say this, I have no hard feelings with nobody. I'm not into it with nobody. Me and nobody ain't beefing. It ain't none of that. I don't have none of that. Okay. If people are beefing with me, they're beefing by their dang self. I'll excuse me, I don't have none of that. So I want to address that so people won't run away with narratives. What she said, no, no, no. The person or persons with an S who I was talking to, I already know who they are. You don't need to know. That's where we drink our water, man, our business. Right there. It's a plug to drink your water, man, your business. Okay? And if it ain't you, don't holler. Only pick up what's meant for you. If it ain't you, don't worry about it. I ain't. What's understood needs no explanation. Okay? I heard someone may pardon him. Right. Right. And that's what the disrespect of it. That's what the disrespect of it all is. Um, you know. Yeah, I think so too. Kim, yeah, keep me in prayer. I believe you and I believe you have a good heart. And I really believe you know God. So I don't ask people this for real. But if I do, it means I trust your prayer life. Keep me in prayer. Keep me in prayer. I'm at the threshold of some shaking, world life transforming stuff. And it's a lot. I asked my cousin, and this is what I was trying to tell y'all the other day when I showed y'all that video of my cousin who is working with Muhammad Ali's wife. I asked him, how do you, because I don't know everything. I don't, and I admire different people for different reasons, okay? Iron sharpens iron. If we remember that, we won't have to be everything to everybody. I'm not everything to everybody. I don't have all the answers. And I know how to go to people that I think is further than me so that they can help me and pull me up. So I asked him, when you're set for greatness and you're about to walk through that door of greatness and your foot is at the door, how do you navigate that? You know, how do you navigate when you know you have the ability and you have the it's right there to make millions, to be a millionaire. To shape dimensions, to create platforms and atmosphere for your people. How do you do it? That was a real question. That was a real question. That was a real question. Um, hmm. I can't wait to get members only because I want to talk to y'all. Talk to y'all. Seriously, I want to talk to y'all. Like it's a lot of stuff that's in the works right now. I'm praying it through. That's all I can say. I'm praying it through. I can't really speak on it, because you can't trust everybody. But I'm praying it through, And just like I said, I made a promise to Real Mama's Real Problems. I made a promise to her, and I'm still standing on that promise. You know, that when I go up, I'm taking her with me. I mean that. I still mean that. When this thing pops open and it does what I know it's gonna do, I'm throwing her name out there. I'm throwing her name out there. She rolled with me when nobody else would. I'm so serious, and I know y'all heard me talking about this woman, and y'all like, I don't never see her, blah blah blah. She's still around. She still support me. She's still there. Trust me, she's still there. Okay, you know, um, life be happening, but when I tell y'all, if I promise you when I go up, you going up with me. I holds my promise. I keeps my promise. I keeps my promise. If it's no more TC HBCU queen, I told her, because that sister, she rides for me heavy. Okay? Even when y'all don't see her in her and all that, TC rides with me heavy. She love a girl. I love her too. Like I said, when I go up, she going up with me. I'm serious. Talking about prayers, talking about people praying for you. When I couldn't pray for myself, and I'm getting out for her, when I couldn't pray for myself, y'all doing all that stuff that was going on, these two women held me down, man. They ain't know me from just being on her, but they trusted my spirit. I've been making some new connections. I've been connecting to people that it's weird how God is putting this puzzle together. It's a puzzle. He's bringing this person from this walk of life, but they got this, and he's connecting it to this part of me. Then he's got this person that does what I do, but they have done it better. He's got them connected to me. Then he's got this person over here that's got this company that says, I see you and I see where you can be and what you can do. And I want to just put into you if I can. I want to speak life into you and show you how to do this. So he's connecting this person to me. And it's another person said, I just love who you are. And I want to help you be the best you can be. And he's connecting. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle. That's why I said I can't get mixed up in who shot John, and I can't do that, because where God has taken me is great, and there's others that's behind me that's attached to me, and I can't get stalled right here. It's bigger than YouTube. I can't get stalled right here. I just can't. I even had somebody say, I want to help build your website. You need a website, and you need a website that'll do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and I'm like, so you can envision it, and then if you allow God, He'll send the right people to attach itself to you. He'll see it, like. So anyway, y'all know y'all like, I don't want all that. I understand. I feel you. I feel you. Let me tell you this though. One person that has a big following said, so and so, I want you and Creole to connect, because I think what you offer will bless Creole, and if y'all connect, it'll bless both of y'all in a way. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm just me. But that person said, I see something. I see something, and I'm gonna make sure that I do my part to get you this way. And that person's like, connect us. I'm sitting right in the chat. Person's like, connect us. The head person of that chat said, one moment, stop the whole live to go in the email to connect my email and this person's email to the brand that she got, and said, now it's up to y'all. Right in the middle of the live. If that ain't favor, I eat your head. If that ain't favor, I eat your head. I'm like, come on, God. Come on, God. Whatever you doing, I receive. I receive whatever you're doing. So if that person can do that for me, I can do it for people. but only who God tell me to do it for. That's the difference. Because I refuse to give what's good from my father to somebody who don't deserve it or who don't honor my daddy. I can't do it. Right. That's why I always tell people, baby, if you only knew, I just know whatever I went through in my past was a stepping stone to what I'm supposed to do. Anyway, all right, y'all. And again, remember, as I always tell you guys, I thank you guys. I don't take it light when you support me. There will be a lot of people that will listen to the replay. Thank you, replay game. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my daggone channel. Shout out to all the content creators that support me and everything. And do you, honey? Be the best you can be. Walk with the papers God gave you. Okay. D him, don't work too hard. Kim B, thank you so much for always supporting love. I love when you comment in the chat. You make me think about things. Van, thank you for helping me with my goal today. I appreciate you. That's gonna give me a cup of coffee tomorrow. Okay. I love you guys, and remember, no matter what the test, always do your best. Okay. Bye, D him.